terrible.
Abercrombie and Fitch song.
They were terrible lyricists. Like, they would just come up with, like, words that would rhyme with other words.
Yeah. Wordy, waist deep into an episode. Keep talking. I can be heard over you. I'm Justin Shank. Over there is...
Cuba!
Right there.
Bradley.
Chris. You are.
Chris.
See, Chris.
And Christa.
Behind me.
McHaggis.
So unsexy to my left.
And I'm a hug.
Oh, God.
Welcome.
Perfect. You should go audition for Rock of Ages.
Welcome to Tween Stash, where we talk about boy bands all day. Welcome.
We live still?
God, man.
Hey,
Turn on the lights.
I just remember all those stupid boy bands, man.
Not all of them were
I
stupid.
appreciate them now.
I you know what's so funny? It's you know what's it's weird because now it's nostalgic because you remember these and you're like, oh, I remember these, and they're not that good, but I still remember them.
Liz's uncle's old ID picture.
God, please put that up on the page. Please put that up. Have you ever seen Timmy Eads' driver's license? Like his original one when we first met him?
I don't think so.
I might have. You might have shown it to us.
It's the most amazing picture. We have to find it because it was the first day we met him too. For some reason, he showed us his driver's license picture. He's got for some reason he's got long hair, but it's like the thinnest hair ever, and it's just like tangly and it's like all over the place. And he's just like, which totally describes his personality.
The first time you met somebody, you saw their ID. Did you not believe that they were the person who they were saying they were? Or?
Oh no! I don't know.
Timmy's the kind of guy that's like, hey, I'm Timmy. Look at this crazy picture of me. That's Timmy.
I almost feel like I'm going to regret bringing this up. So they did the toxicology report of the guy who ate the guy's face.
Oh my god!
All that was found in his body. No other drugs except for marijuana.
Fuck.
What? He was just fucking crazy.
He didn't fucking eat anybody either, though, because they didn't find any flesh in his system. So he didn't actually eat the person. He was just biting and spitting.
Maybe he was teething.
Well, he ate his. Well, he was biting his face.
Yeah, if he wasn't eating him, like people
There was
were
no
like, he was
flesh
eating the
in
face. He didn't eat the face. There was no flesh found in his system whatsoever. They found flesh caught in his teeth and shit, but he wasn't actually swallowing the guy's skin. He was.
So
like,
he's not
spitting.
a zombie.
No, there never fucking was a fucking zombie. Sorry.
Everybody's just like, zombie.
Who ate who?
Well, the homeless guy ate the black guy.
After he refused to stop. The guy on the left.
They were both homeless.
He's the face chewer.
No, he wasn't. The guy had like a wife and child.
No, he was divorced. No, he was divorced and homeless.
No, he had a
His house
girlfriend
His
with a
house got
child.
foreclosed. Yeah, he was like homeless and crazy anyway.
But I'm sorry though, like I gotta take it like from the pictures. The one guy who actually ate the guy looks like he's homeless.
Wait,
The black guy?
No.
What's that supposed to mean?
He looks homeless. Come on, see the picture. Seriously.
I've seen the picture. He's all clean shaven.
No, not the guy who got attacked.
Actually, I must say,
the guy who attacked him looks.
The guy on the right looks more homeless.
Wait, which guy are you talking about? Do you know which one is the attacker and which one's the attackee?
Let's see.
I was mistaken.
Guy on the left.
The black guy is the one who attacked the other guy.
Yes.
Thank you
He
very
ate
much.
his face.
Wow.
Just because he's homeless doesn't mean he's violent.
Did you guys see the video?
You haven't met the homeless people.
You're like right over his shoulder. Creeping me out.
No, I was mistaken.
No, wait, apparently that happened again. Some guy
I thought it
ate
was
the
just-
dog.
What?
Yeah.
Well, is he Asian?
No, he was black. God damn it.
This is what we,
God
this
damn
is what we call buzz news. It's only popular because it happened once people cared, so every article you see is going to be every time this happens. This type of shit happens all the time.
Like that one thing of like the African charity or whatever, where they call them. Everyone's already forgotten about it.
Oh, Coney.
Oh, yeah, Coney. Everybody forgot about that pretty
Coney.
fucking
Well,
quick.
yeah, because the guy who brought it up ended up being like batshit
Dude, you know what's
insane.
something
roaming
funny
the
though?
streets.
Like the funny part about that whole thing was it's sponsored by a company called Invisible Children, which already did a movie. I saw the movie in high school, like years ago, and then people like bringing this shit up, like, oh, it's brand
They
new.
want to get it trending.
Yeah, I'm like, are you
He
serious?
was on CNN and he was just like, seriously, put this on, like, hashtag this on Twitter. He can hear us. He can see us. And I'm like,
The
this
motherfucker
guy
hasn't
is-
been in power since like the 80s.
I don't think he caught on to that.
Apparently, and then he got arrested for masturbating in public.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because him ranting about Satan butt naked was okay. Just the masturbation. That's all they listened to.
Justin, for how much you hate, the Miami zombie guy, it got showed on Tosh.0 last night, which I hate using as a reference, but look up. There was some guy who some Russian dude did a prank. He just dressed up as a zombie and ran around Miami. That was the funniest shit.
Correct.
He almost got shot.
He almost got shot.
He dressed up as a zombie and started running down into Miami ghetto.
Yeah.
So, you see some people running, and then he, got on a basketball court.
Yeah.
And some of them started running. This one dude starts pounding his chest, and then the group of them go after him. So he had to stop and tell him it was just a prank.
Yeah.
And he's like, and then they offered me a rock and a pipe, but I'm not supposed to say that.
Oh, you cool? Smoke this. Put it in your mouth.
Do you go? Put it in there. That's the Miami hospitality right there.
But he said only the black people ran. The white people, they were just like, meh. They were totally desensitized.
And they're like, this is so fascinating. Oh my God.
I'm sorry. In my neighborhood, you see a white dude covered in blood foaming at the mouth. You run and ask questions later.
Tied around his head, man.
You can't be too sure.
What? What are you talking about?
What the?
They were showing the video of the guy.
I'm watching the zombie video prank right now. This guy's scared. Okay, this is pretty funny.
It is.
I'll do a link to the Podstache page right now.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it how people do that side run where they they're like almost about to run, but they don't commit to it 100%.
Because they can't be too sure. They don't want to look like a bitch, but they don't want to get bit either.
Yeah.
So it's like, be a bitch or get bit. I mean, those are your options.
And I have to decide, I'm just
going to back up, but I'm not going to hang up my cell phone.
Yeah, it's just,
it's kind of stupid.
You gotta see this asshole.
Twitter,
I'm
Facebook, Instagram.
I'm kind of running.
In all honesty, I hate it when I hate being the guy that lets shit ruin shit for me, but it can. And this whole cannibal zombie craze has been fucking ruining my enjoyment of zombies and shit. Mm-hmm. To the point where I didn't go to the zombie march, and I've been I was like, fuck that, I don't want to fucking go, man. I don't want to deal with this shit. And
Debbie Downer.
Yeah, well, a little bit, man. I'm just it's fucking it's getting. Oh, that guy almost.
I'm sorry. That's a perfect example.
But it's just
they're running and holding up their pants at the same time. Therefore, you know that your pants are too low. Sorry. It's
just I don't know. It's getting annoying as fuck to me. Just because every single news story now, even reputable news sources are tossing the word zombie in the headline still.
Yeah.
Another zombie attack, so and so where, and it's just shut the fuck up, man. It's you guys don't post articles about Bigfoot attacks,
Well, not anymore.
Well, yeah, Weekly News always has.
He
but
it's just
I don't know. It kind of killed my enjoyment of
zombies
zombies and shit. So that's
The dude's got a gun out.
Yeah.
Oh,
he said he didn't even realize the guy pulled a gun on him until he was editing the video and zoomed in. He's like, holy shit, I could have died.
Let me see this. Apparently, the man has a gun pulled on him.
Well, apparently he was smart. Aim for the head.
Yeah, it's a dreadlock boy.
Real good for an audio podcast.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh, good God! Yeah, he is. Oh my God!
Did you just see that? I can't believe I just saw that on this podcast.
Is that like
amazing.
Is that like when keeping it real goes wrong or whatever?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna post this to Podstache.
Yeah,
right
thank
now.
you.
The zombies trying to play basketball with them.
Then you see him throw the ball.
He's like, pass me the ball.
That'll take him out.
Is he? It'd be funny if he was acting like a zombie and walking around talking like Helen Keller.
Are you Helen Keller? No, you.
Don't shoot him. He's just a retarded kid who thinks it's Halloween. It's all right.
Podstache, the most politically incorrect show on the thing.
Well, of course.
We have any topics?
I really don't. I don't feel like talking about the time capsule anymore. Let's see if I can find it. Depressing? No, well, actually, no, not really. Hold on, let me.
You were gonna talk about
the
upcoming
world we're
movies.
living in now. The world we were living in.
From 92 to now? Well, what was going on in 92?
Yeah, in 92, life was awesome, and we didn't have retards populating the planet. But Rev has that page called the Idiocracy Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that, and I just had to start. I actually had to start following it because I'm like, you know what? I honestly agree with him. I think we're getting really close to that. Go away, I'm baiting.
I like how he looks like. I got down on his like writer right now. He's got like the cigarette in his mouth. He's like,
today was a bad day.
Is there a way I can get a typewriter sound thing? So every time I hit my keys, like, I'm sure there's going to be something I can do, right? So I can annoy the piss out of everyone I'm always typing around. It's like immune to your volume control too.
just do one better. Make the sound with your mouth.
Take that. No, go to a Starbucks and just hang out by all the hipsters. Just narrate what you're doing, then just.
There it is.
Show them there with an actual typewriter and show them what it's like to be obscure.
Okay, let's see.
You're like, what's this? It's a typewriter. You probably never heard of it.
In 1992, Nickelodeon got together with the Kids World Council, also known as minors who were allowed to call in and vote, to decide what was most important to kids at the time. They assembled those items, put them in a big orange time capsule, and buried it in front of the Nickelodeon Studios and Universal Studios.
Better be gacking there.
Here is a list of everything
I love
inside.
that shit.
Movies. Home Alone and Back to the Future on VHS.
Wow.
This is awesome. CDs.
There were CDs back?
Yeah. MC Hammer.
What?
Please Hammer, Don't Hurt Him. And then Michael Jackson's Dangerous album, which those two were my first cassettes that I owned.
Did you break into the time capsule, Brian?
Go young me.
Well, 92, I was like 6.
92, I was... Wait. Yeah, we were 5, 6. I was 7. Nerds. A Nintendo Game Boy.
Never had one.
Those were fun. I still play Game Boy.
Those were expensive in my kind of town.
Pokemon Silver.
Rollerblades.
I still have mine
I
somewhere.
think we own that pair.
You have those at home.
You should also link this in the Podstache page.
Okay. Reebok pump sneakers. I had a pair of pumps.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I had the light up ones.
I had Airwalks.
No, all right.
I had Airwalks.
Skate or die, bro.
Do you not want to do that?
A jar of Gak.
Had it.
Flow.
Dude, funny story, I didn't know it was scented because I bought 2 of them with my allowance, and one smelled like suntan lotion and one smelled like popcorn, but I didn't know that, so I put them together, and my father's like, what the hell is that smell? I'm like, it's just Gap. And I look at the packaging, and I'm just like, Dad, what's suntan lotion? He goes, honey, it's scented. And I'm like, what's scented?
It smells like shit. That's what it smells like.
What shit?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Tourette's guy is here. Don't talk shit about Total.
One of Joey Lawrence's 92 hats.
Oh, God.
I'm surprised like Sock 'em Boppers isn't in there or something like that. Oh my
Dude,
god.
we had
those things were
violent.
fun.
Because they're
we had them.
those
we
things.
kept on popping them because we beat the shit. Because it's like 3 boys and we would just beat the shit out of each other.
You know, Koopa knows all about that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No, you know what they changed up? Fucking Hulk hands.
Oh,
yeah.
Smaller
First
and
Hulk
softer
movie came
now.
out, and you had those big foam Hulk hands.
Yeah.
You can't find them anymore unless you go on
They
like
still have them. They're
eBay.
just smaller and softer, so they're not as, they
They're
don't
made
have
of
you harbor
cloth
any
and
aggression.
like spandex now.
See, I just remember like I wasn't like rich enough to afford like more like I could only get one set of Sock 'em Boppers. So like one dude had to get one in the right hand and then the other dude had to get in the other right hand and then we'd have a pillow or some shit in the left hand and we'd have a battle that way.
It's like a low budget Spartan. The pillow is your shield.
Pretty much.
Let's see. They had some news reports in there. I don't know. They have this one about. Let's see. It's like a girl standing on top of Soviet tank in Red Square during the communist hardliners coup attempt in August 1991.
God.
Really? Books. A world atlas. A history book, comic book, phone book, the Orlando TV guide for the week of April 30th, 1992, and a copy of Book of Endangered Species. Is that the one that they actually had? Because on the TV guide picture that they show, it has Burt Reynolds on there. Yeah, 1992. Burt Reynolds. That's what I'm thinking. Awesome. Let's see. An issue of Nickelodeon magazine, which I subscribed to back in the day.
I did too.
Yep.
So did I.
A Nicktoons T-shirt featuring Ren and Stimpy. Right on.
Yeah.
A piece of the Berlin Wall.
Okay.
A Barbie doll.
One of these things is not like the other.
Pencils. Skateboard.
Socks. Twinkies.
A baseball. Twinkies.
I wonder if somebody ate it after they took it out of the capsule.
I hope they did.
They don't run.
I hope so. Well, I don't know. How long did Twinkies last? I don't know.
Forever.
Yes.
Really? That's the one way to test it after 20 years.
A stick of bubblegum. Yeah. Photos of things too big or alive to fit inside. Alive. Sorry, Timmy. Wait, no.
Shut up and take it like a man.
You're not alive enough.
There's not a mummified fetus in there.
A videotape, which was
human baby.
human Foursquare. A videotape, which was a recording of the live ceremony shot by a girl named Vicky, who stood on stage to operate the kid cam. And then number 21 was the camera recording the tape. This appears to have been unplanned. Mike O'Malley and Joey Lawrence both looked baffled upon how to remove the tape from the camera, so the whole setup was tossed in last minute.
Wow.
God, man. You know what though? And it just reminds me, like,
Did they open the time capsule?
No, I don't think they're opening it until, let's see, April 30th, 2042.
Oh.
nice.
You'll be dead.
Probably.
I just remember how good all those Nick shows were back in the day.
I used to watch Snick every Saturday.
And when like Disney and Nick had really good shows, and it wasn't shit like it is today.
Yeah.
Like, and also funny how like they got away with a lot more stuff back then. They really did get away with a lot of shit. Like, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Back in the day, I know it had really shitty 90s, special effects. But I mean, it was pretty scary.
Dude, don't they have like a cable channel where they show all the old Nickelodeon?
Yeah, they do.
Because my old roommate, she like geeked out, and they had like, it was for New Year's. They had like the best of the 90s.
Oh, wow.
And they showed like a couple episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark? She DVR'd it, and so she was like, "You want to watch it?" I'm like, "No." Yeah.
Yeah.
And she turns the lights out. I'm like, I'm 25. I'm not scared of anything. And it was like some creepy one where the girl was like getting trapped in a dollhouse, and I'm like, I'm creeped
Oh, you remember that one? Oh my god.
I'm just like, this shit still scares me.
And like there was one where like they had a librarian that would fucking steal your voice, and I was like, what?
It just goes to show, like, you don't really need blood and guts and nudity to make a movie scary.
You just need a bunch of random kids sitting around a campfire like spitting scary, crazy stories.
Yeah.
The only Are You Afraid of the Dark that I remember was one with Tia and Tamara.
Oh shit!
One turned the other into a lizard or something. Like, it was and then the lizard turned into a person. Like, that was all I remember from it. But I just remember those two because I remember flipping through and just seeing their face. I'm like, Sister, Nickelodeon.
Tia and Tamara Mowry.
Black chicks always catches fancy.
No, man. And I remember Saturday morning cartoons and how much they kicked ass.
They don't have any cartoons on Saturday morning.
Like the original Spider-Man series and X-Men and Goosebumps.
This
they
was
kicked
like
ass.
one of the few times I was awake before noon on a Saturday morning. I'm just like, I'm up. It was like 8 a.m. I guess I just passed out Friday night.
It was like the lineup was like I had to get up early because Power Rangers was on. And, by the way, and I had a theory about this. I was like maybe a couple of years ago I was bored and I was watching old episodes on TV. Mm-hmm. And I had a thought to myself. I paused it for a second. I'm like, Tommy and Kim, they was fucking.
Pretty much.
Who and who?
Tommy and Kim.
Pink and green.
Pink and green.
Thank you.
You remember the colors? No.
You also remember the black guy was the black
guy
ranger.
and the
Asian
yellow
chick was the yellow ranger.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know that she died in a car accident.
She did. I know.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that people don't like realize. Like AJ from the Backstreet Boys was addicted to coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look at him. I mean, if you're wearing leopard skin cowboy hat and sunglasses all the time, odds are you're on drugs.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
much.
Call it bad boy all you want.
You can afford those drugs, you can afford a leopard skin cowboy hat.
It's real leopard.
The other, like, I think it was after, like, I think it was last week after we were done recording. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go relax. So, like, I put on, like, a pair of, like blue gym shorts and then, like, a blue sleeveless shirt. I'm like, man, I feel like fucking Billy, like, when I'm not, like, a Power Ranger.
Now you have to go pray the gay.
Like, yeah!
Go pray the gay away.
Yeah. Was he gay?
Man.
Yeah. He is. He's like a director now.
Yeah, he's a director.
Yeah.
He's been a photographer. He's done a lot of shit.
It came out.
Tommy's the only one who's still doing the Tommy's
Tommy's an ultimate fighter.
He's an
MMA fighter.
You know what's something funny though? This guy, Tommy, which is his name is Jason Frank. Don't ask me how I know that name. He's a multimillionaire. He owns 75% of the martial arts business in California.
That's awesome.
He's like he's a franchise millionaire for like all.
Fucking smart. Where are the rest of the Power Rangers? Nobody knows.
I actually know. I really do know. All the original ones. The original black guy actually worked for Disney for a little bit. He completely quit the film business altogether. Yeah. And the Asian died in the car crash, which was unfortunate. Mm-hmm. The Pink Ranger did a little TV here and there, and then she was on
Felicity.
She was on Flashpoint, that show about SWAT officers. Really? She was on Flashpoint.
All I can think of is the guy who plays Tommy. He's like, I want to buy out your gym. No, it's not for sale. Oh, really? Sir?
Didn't he like change colors? Like first he was green, then first white, then he was like gold or something. He was the White
Ranger. He was green, white, red. And
I just know the Red Ranger was pissed.
Green and white were the same.
He's like, I thought they were. I was the leader.
And the last one was the guy who played Jason. Mm. He's in prison right now. He was in gay porn for a little bit, and while he was in gay porn, he was selling coke. And his wife screwed up a coke deal, and he fucking killed her.
Yeah.
So now he's in prison, which I find hilarious, and it kind of ruins my childhood.
Go Power Ranger.
No, the best coke deal ever. Just like
Power Rangers, you must not kill your wives or do gay porn.
She was probably
no promises, Zordon.
She was probably making the deal, and then all of a sudden,
oh my god, I killed her! Hey, no.
And when I bitch slapped her, it exploded. Her face exploded like everything in Power Rangers. Every time they would make a hit, they would explode. Did you ever notice that?
Oh yeah, the sparks everywhere.
Yeah, it just blow up. And also, Hayden Christensen's first role was on a Goosebumps episode. Like Anakin from Skywalker. He was the cousin that came to visit in Slappy's Revenge.
Hayden Christensen did not play Anakin Skywalker.
Hayden Christensen, Anakin.
Hayden Christensen was Anakin Skywalker for the second and third.
Look it
episode.
up.
Yeah, he was in the second and third, not the first.
Yeah, he wasn't in the first. That was
a little kid. I don't know.
Christopher speaks.
No, but I mean, his first role was actually on a Goosebumps episode.
Oh, it still shakes.
So, but yeah, his first acting role was on a Goosebumps episode, like Slappy's Revenge or some crazy crap like that.
I had all those fucking books.
Yeah.
I had all them fucking books. Yeah.
The books are freakier than the fucking movies. There we go.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, what am I thinking of?
I have no idea.
It's not like he's doing
Liam Neeson.
anything nowadays.
Liam Neeson.
Michael Kite.
Let's discuss for the entire podcast how badass that guy is.
That guy.
I saw the trailer.
Yeah, I'm excited.
How do you get your
The
family
only thing
stolen
is,
twice?
I wish when he's like, "You're about to be taken," I'm like, we know what it is. I wish they didn't say that line, but other than that, it looks badass.
Like his dog.
Yeah.
Right.
They're gonna take your. I've heard this before.
Yeah. No, it looks badass though.
Okay. He trained Batman, and he trained Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin, and he was Aslan, and he was Zeus. He's a god in two different religions, and he killed a bunch of wolves in another movie, and then took on some terrorists in another. This is somebody that you don't want to fuck with. Just don't.
Why would you kidnap his family? Why?
Obviously, they didn't see the rest of his films.
By the gods.
I still liked him in what was it? The A-Team. The A-Team.
I never saw it.
It was actually really good because I had my reserves about it, which is why I never went and saw it in theaters. And I love those like shitty action movies where it's literally just gun porn. That's all it is. My buddy Mike, he was like, "No, you have to watch this movie," and I watched it. And the entire time, I'm just laughing my ass off because it's funny. They have really good action scenes. And Liam Neeson and Bradley Cooper do a great job. But it's the guy who plays Murdoch, the helicopter guy.
Yeah.
He's the one who steals the show because he plays it fucking insane.
Yeah. I think the fact that Rampage Jackson was
yes.
it, I'm just like, really?
Oh, you wrecked my van! I'ma kill you, fool!
Yeah.
All the actors are like,
because he's in UFC or was.
Yeah, Ben, and I film geeked out this last couple of days. I found out that Jaws is going to be on Blu-ray. So I was so excited. I'm like, oh my god!
They're packaging with the documentary "The Shark Still Works," which is supposed to be Phenomenal.
Oh,
Yeah.
I definitely.
No,
you know what though?
Phenomenal.
And actually, if you guys get a chance, there's a great thing like the Inside Story. I don't know if you ever watched that show. They actually do. Well, it's not really a show. They do individual things. They do them on a bunch of different movies and actors and everything else. They did one on Jaws. It was phenomenal. They did one on Scream as well, which was another one was phenomenal. Just really well done. Like all about how just everything you need to know about how it was made and how fucking difficult that movie was.
Yeah.
Just unbelievably endless. They went twice, like almost 3 times the budget and twice the filming schedule for this movie. Like Steven Spielberg,
Easy for you to say.
that ADD thing, that's a problem. That Steven Spielberg was fired every fucking day, every day. Like the studio would call him up and like you're done, you're fired, and then like he would go to sleep and like they're not really firing you, they're not really firing you, and like he would get up every day and keep doing it, and they just never fired him.
It's like Office Space where he's been fired, but he just keeps on showing up to work.
Kind of side note, Justin. The only reason I watched Piranha 3D was because you talked about that the opening scene, the "Show Me the Way." That was
Piranha 3D was fucking great. I still say
I sat down and
phenomenal.
We watched that. That was the first movie we watched.
Let's just
He's so enthused.
This is after I signed a 12-month lease. I'm like,
every day, babe, every day.
it's just 12 months of shitty movies.
This is for every Medea movie I've ever had to watch.
that
Hallelujah.
is nothing.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I have to agree with him on that one.
Yeah.
Where Medea's
Touche.
just standing behind Tolkien and he just says, and then Tolkien just gives him money.
Oh my god.
Now, is Scream a Wes Craven?
Scream is a Wes Craven. You know what? And something interesting about that Inside Story and how it was made, how Kevin Williams came up with the story is a story in itself. Kevin Williams was originally an actor in New York, and he was failing out there. He couldn't cut it as an actor, so he moved out to L.A. to become a screenwriter. And he absolutely loves horror movies. And at the time, in the early 90s, horror was dead. People literally thought back then that horror would never be a genre ever again. Ever again. They were done with it. They literally nailed the coffin in them, and they were done.
Yeah.
But the funny part about this is Kevin Williams didn't want to be the end of it. He wrote a script originally called Killing Mrs. Tingling, which was really good. Ended up being sold elsewhere, but didn't make it to a film. So he was broke and house sitting for a friend, and he was sitting in a dark room, pops some popcorn. He's watching a special on the Gainesville Ripper. I don't know if you guys remember the Gainesville Ripper. He was a killer in Gainesville, Florida, who killed like 5 college students and did just unbelievable, horrible thing, like dismembered them, and he would like plant their heads up on a shelf so whoever walked in would be damaged for life. Like he was that kind of sick person.
Yeah, might as well do that.
And he was freaking himself out. And during like right at the end of it, when the credits are rolling, he's walking around the house and he notices a window that was open that he didn't notice before. And the whole special reminded him of Halloween. So he was freaking out. So he called up a friend to calm him down, but they ended up talking about horror movies, and like the friend was like, Freddy's coming to get you, Jason's coming to get you, and his friend literally said the famous line, "What's your favorite scary movie?"
Oh shit!
To him, and he literally said, "Dude, I gotta go." That's how it went. He's like, "Dude, I gotta go." And he literally went upstairs and pounded out the first 15 pages with Drew Barrymore. That whole scene, he pounded it out, and then told his friend, "He's like, dude, I have to leave. I have somebody else coming over.
Feed my fish.
feed my fish." And he because it wasn't even his house. He's like, "Dude, I have to go. I got another buddy coming over to do it. He's pretty cool." Da 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 da. And he went out to the desert. And just not the actual desert. He went out to some motel somewhere and brought his computer with him. And
How does the desert know? A random motel relate?
Just it's in the middle of the desert. And he pounded it out for 2 days. Just pounded it out.
That's hot. Nice.
I should really get to writing this movie. Oh.
And he masturbated one time for good luck.
And then he screamed when he fucking.
Oh! That Scream! Actually, you know what? The original title for Scream was Scary Movie. Yeah, the original title for Scream is Scary Movie, but actually Bob Weinstein, the head of Miramax, changed it because Michael Jackson had a song out called Scream.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, we have to change it because it's so popular and everything else. You know,
if that fucking song would have been in that movie, I would have been like, dude.
But just it's my favorite scary movie. It truly is. It always has been for a long time.
Really?
Scream is hands down my favorite scary movie.
Man, I haven't seen that in years.
It's just phenomenally done in every way. It's well acted. I actually for an audition I actually did the final monologue with Stu and Billy and everything else. I did like a dual part, and they're like, it was so good and everything else.
You didn't get the part.
I didn't, but that's because I was too old. They wanted to go with a younger crowd.
Yeah. I went home and pounded it out for 2 days.
Well, I do that every night, but but you know, it was just a phenomenally well done movie, and just to have, you know, just the concept alone to, you know, to take a look at horror movies and just say, we know the rules. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna spell it out, but we're gonna do it some completely different way, which is awesome. And Drew Barrymore in that opening scene, nobody had done that since Psycho. Nobody had done that since Psycho, and I have to hand it to her as an actress because she came up with the idea. Oh, wow. She's the one who said, I just really want to be in the the first opening minutes because I love this character. I think it's fantastic, and I want to be in it. And the funny part is, the actual quote from her was, "I'm Drew Barrymore. Everybody will think that I'm in the whole movie. They'll think that I'm going to be in the whole movie." And guys, if you ever pay attention to the original, the VHSs, Drew Barrymore is the biggest face on the poster. Yeah. She's the biggest face, and it's amazing just how it's done. And I have a deep respect for movies that basically start or change culture, and it did. It really did. It was an adrenaline shot to the heart of horror. Yeah. And that's where you get movies like
Scary Movie.
Scary Movie where it makes fun of it. Yeah, this is true.
Scary
and then
Movie
I Know What You Did Last Summer and Urban Legend and all those other movies that followed it and everything else. It was an adrenaline shot. There was always a deep, a special place in my heart that for people, you know, movies that change culture.
Well, it's kind of interesting. Just that popped in my head when you said how it should be closer, probably. How it changed movies. Like you said that. I guess when you think about it, Scream really was kind of maybe the first one in that line, and in all honesty, the line that came after it kind of sucked.
It did and it didn't.
It kind of, but I think, in thinking about that real quick in my brain, I was like, oh, maybe that would have been the push. Where Scream was good, then it started all these shitty teen-based horror movies to come out to make real horror directors be like, well, fuck that, I have to do good again. Which is kind of an interesting concept that I never thought of, that how Scream might have given a spark to the genre coming back, because there really wasn't any good horror from the 90s. Think about it, or early mid-90s.
There really wasn't.
Buffy was great. But.
Oh, yeah, of course. But but you know what? I just have a deep respect because there's just some movies that change the landscape of everything. Jaws is one of them. Jaws created the first blockbuster. The only thing that came close to a blockbuster was Towering Inferno. Mm-hmm. But they didn't even call it a blockbuster. People were lining up for blocks to see this movie. Mm-hmm. And you know what? And one of my favorite movies of all time, and you could diss it if you want, I really don't care, but Saturday Night Fever changed culture.
Complete curveball. Didn't see that coming.
You did not? I was like, oh, look at it. No, but I mean, it changed culture. It changed culture because everybody was into acid metal back then. They were into acid rock. It was all about politicalness in music and everything else. And people were tired of it. People were tired of listening to politics. I just want to go out. I want to have a good time. I want to dance. I want to go maybe fuck somebody, and then that's the end of it. I don't want to talk about
white vinyl jumpsuit.
Yeah, I mean, really. And before that, nobody knew what disco was. It was a New York phenomenon. It was underground. And when this movie came out, it made everyone in the nation want to dance. Sorry, I'm talking.
Movie never should have been made. That's the main point of it coming out.
You know what, though? It came out at the right time, and it came out, it made, you know what, dude? But you don't go to it's an example of this. You don't go to a metal show because you want to talk about politics. You want to go there because it's fun. And that's the same thing with that Saturday Night Fever did for music, is saying that music is fun. Let's have fun. Let's not drag politics into this.
Fuck you, Justin.
Let's not drag politics in this. Let's just have a kick-ass time. Yeah. And you know what? And everybody, Robert Ebert, I'm sorry, the film critic. Roger Ebert said it the best. He says, everybody understands dance. Everybody understands taking your gift and seeing how long it could take you. And those are universal concepts. Everybody has a gift and everybody should see how far it could take you. And that was the point of this movie. And you know what?
Yeah, but then they did Staying Alive, which sucked ass, and then all the dances.
Step up 2, step up
Urban
3.5.
Urban Cowboy and everything else.
They did the Footloose remake.
Which, by the way, are all just copies of fucking West Side Story. Because West Side Story, which started this whole craze about how, gangs are like fighting in a stylistic way.
Yeah.
Like that's when, and this is gonna be even more of a curveball. West Side Story was, without West Side Story, Fast and the Furious series would never have been made. And I'll tell you why.
Conspiracy theories on Podstache.
Yeah, so let's wrap it up.
We'll do that in the next episode.
Yeah, we'll do it next time. Yeah.
Teaser,
yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.
Hey.